You ever check your savings and it's like $183, maybe $420 on a good week, and you tell yourself, okay, I just need to get the $5,000. Not rich, not even close, just $5,000. And somehow that number feels massive, like weirdly massive, because you do the math in your head, right? Okay, if I save $200 a month, that's 25 months. Wait, 2 years? And suddenly it doesn't feel like a goal anymore. It feels like a mountain. So you try harder. You cut back. You skip things. You tell yourself, this time I'll stay consistent. And for a while, you do. But then life happens. A random expense, a small slip up, just this once purchase. And boom, progress gone, motivation gone, back to where you started. And honestly, I've spent way too much time thinking about this exact phase. This weird, frustrating space where you're trying to build something, but it feels like nothing is working. Saving your first $5,000 isn't hard because of the number. It's hard because of what happens to you while you're trying to reach it. And once you understand that, you stop feeling stuck and you start moving differently. So why does $5,000 feel so impossible? And why do most people quit right before they get there? Let's get into it. Section 1. You're building from zero momentum. When you start at zero, or close to it, there's no momentum. Every dollar you save feels like you're pushing something uphill. And the worst part? There's no visible reward early on. Let's say you saved $300 this month. That's good. But emotionally, it feels like nothing changed. Your life looks the same. Your stress feels the same. Your bank account still doesn't feel safe. So your brain goes, what's the point? And that's dangerous because humans are wired to repeat things that feel rewarding. But early saving doesn't feel rewarding. It feels slow, quiet, invisible, like planting seeds and seeing nothing. Why this matters? Most people don't fail because they can't save. They fail because it doesn't feel worth it yet. Actionable takeaway. Track progress and behavior, not just numbers. Did you save this week? That counts. Did you avoid unnecessary spending? That counts. You're not building money yet, you're building momentum. Section 2. One mistake feels like a reset. When you're trying to reach $5,000, mistakes hurt a lot. You spend $150 on something unnecessary, that's not just $150. That might be a week of groceries, half your monthly savings, or your entire progress for the week. So what happens? You feel behind. And once you feel behind, your brain starts negotiating, well, I already messed up. And that's where people spiral. Not because they're irresponsible, but because small setbacks feel like total failure. Why this matters? Progress at this stage is fragile. Emotionally, not just financially. Actionable takeaway. Stop thinking in reset mode. One bad decision doesn't erase your progress. If you saved $500 this month and spent $100 impulsively, you didn't fail. You still moved forward. Section 3. Your environment is designed against you. Let's be honest. Saving money today is kind of unnatural. Everything around you is built to make you spend. One-click purchases, limited time offers, social pressure, lifestyle expectations. You open your phone and within seconds you're being sold something. And it's subtle. It's not spend $500. It's just $12, just $20, just today. And those small amounts feel harmless. But they add up fast, especially when you're trying to build your first $5,000. Why this matters? You're not just fighting your habits, you're fighting a system. Actionable takeaway. Make saving easier than spending. Remove saved cards. Delay purchases by 24 hours. Automate savings first. Don't rely on willpower. Change your environment. Section 4. Everything costs more when you're starting out. Here's something that feels unfair because it is. When you don't have money, everything becomes more expensive. You can't buy in bulk, you delay fixing things, you rely on quick, expensive solutions. And over time, you end up paying more. It's like being stuck in a loop where your lack of money creates more expenses. So even when you're trying to save, life keeps pulling you backward. Why this matters? You're not just saving, you're escaping a cycle. Actionable takeaway, prioritize spending that prevents bigger costs later. Sometimes the smartest move isn't saving money, it's avoiding a problem later. Section 5. The timeline feels too long. Let's go back to that math. Saving $200 a month means 25 months to reach $5,000. That's over 2 years, and that's assuming everything goes perfectly, which it won't. So your brain starts thinking, this is going to take forever. And when something feels too far away, we've stopped caring, we stop trying, we delay. Why this matters? Humans struggle with long-term rewards, especially when short-term comfort is always available. Actionable takeaway. Break the goal into smaller milestones. First $500, then $1,000, then $2,000. Each step should feel achievable because progress needs to feel real. Section 6. Income limits your speed.
At some point, you realize something uncomfortable. You can only cut so much, and this is where people get stuck. They focus on saving every dollar while ignoring the bigger lever, income. Now, this doesn't mean just earn more. It means you need to think about income differently, because saving $300 a month versus $800 a month, that's the difference between 2 years and 6 months. Why this matters? Time matters, and income controls time. Actionable takeaway: focus on increasing income alongside saving. Even small increases make a huge difference. Section 7, the identity shift nobody talks about. This is the part people don't expect. Saving your first $5,000 changes how you see yourself, but not instantly. At first, you still feel broke, even when you're improving. You still hesitate to spend, you still worry, because your mindset hasn't caught up yet. But slowly, something shifts. You stop reacting to money. You start thinking ahead. You start feeling in control. And that's the real win, not the number, the control. So yeah, saving your first $5,000 feels impossible. Not because you're bad with money, but because you're navigating a phase where progress is slow. Mistakes feel bigger than they are. Everything around you pushes you to spend, and the finish line feels far away. You're building something from nothing, and that's always the hardest part. But here's the truth most people miss. This is the phase that changes you. This is where discipline is built, where awareness grows, where your habits start to shift. And once you get through this part, everything else becomes easier. Not easy, but easier, because you're no longer starting from zero. You have momentum. You have control. So if you're in this phase right now and it feels harder than it should, that's because it is. But that doesn't mean you're stuck. It means you're closer than you think. So don't quit here. Because this is exactly where most people do. And if you keep going, you won't be most people.